Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We've got the Page of Wands here in the central energy. You've got limitless potential, you've got freedom, and you're a free spirit. Your challenge is the Three of Swords reversed, releasing pain, forgiving, moving on, and recovering from this heartbreak. In your subconscious, you're aware that there will be a sneak attack. One last stand you will have to be prepared for. And it could be many last stands because you have elevated. And so you've gained a victory over what was, over those who tried to knock you out. And your challenge is to release that. You're moving on, you're moving forward, okay? In your chariot. You're releasing the baggage. That relationship is ending. Whatever that is, whatever this heartbreak is, it's ending. It's ended. However, they are still planning on coming forward and being abusive toward you, to be tricky, to somehow get in there and be able to abuse you. They're going to use love. They're going to use some page to come in and offer you a love cup. Okay? You're going to gain a victory over that. Here, public recognition. King of Wands, overcoming challenges. And in the outgoing energy, again, we've got conflict. And it's those wanting to win at all costs. Abusive relationships. Sneaky bullies, okay? Because they're getting cut off. They don't get to move forward with you on your chariot. So they want to kick you out of your chariot and get in there. So you are already aware that even though you've gained a victory, you have elevated, you have risen in status. And that simply means that you have to be more quickly prepared to eliminate people from your life. Love is a thing. Okay, in the beginning, it's pure. You pour out everything into yourself, into your partner, into that relationship. And then if in the previous cycle, there would be a Jezebel or a succubus, incubus coming in, and then they would lure your partner away from you and cause you all kinds of heartbreak and all of that kind of stuff, right? So there's all of that. And you may have had many cycles of betrayal. And the thing about that is that in the beginning, when you had this heart shattering, it may have taken months to get over. It may have taken months to put yourself back together from this explosive shattering of trust, of faith, of a shattering of this connection. And the more advanced you get in this, the more experiences you have with this, the quicker it becomes to cut them off and to heal from the shattering. It's like you become quicker to recognize this abusive pattern. You know that they use love to do it. And so you have to be willing to cut that out. The fraudulent love, the lust, which the only thing they have to offer is a wand or a warm hole. Okay, that's all they have to offer besides argument and combative disagreements and, betrayal. And that's the truth. You will know who is real and who isn't because the fake ones, all they want to do is lay around and have sex. They don't ever want to have a deep conversation about the multiverse, any inside of you or outside of you. They never want to go deep. They can't. They don't have the capability because they don't even know who they are. They may have knowledge that can make it seem like they are intelligent, but they don't have the interconnection to source. So they'll never be able to go heart deep with you. It'll always be about the pulsing of the pussy, or about the size of the penis. It'll be something to that line. Or about the newness of the vehicle, or the fanciness of the clothes and shoes, or the hair, or what makeup. The outward. They'll glorify the outward, and they'll never be able to go in and experience the richness and the depth of that connection to source with you. They'll never be able to go there with you. Because they're all about ego and pride. It's all about how pretty I look. It's not about how fantastically filled with the stars of the multiverse I am. No, they'll never go there. Because they're empty shells. They might be able to say, oh yes, I'm full, so full of this, but you'll know that they're not, because all they want to bring is disagreement and disharmony. If it doesn't have anything to do with sex, it's disagreement and disharmony. So they're in regret. They feel there's unfinished business because you're moving on. You're releasing the pain. You're moving on. You're transitioning out of this. You've gained your freedom from this egoic, prideful mofo. And they're in regret. Oh, we still have things to resolve. Oh, no, the F we don't. Oh, no, the F we don't. And you know they're going to attack you because you're saying, no, we don't. You're going on. And they don't want to release you. They don't want to release you. So you're gearing up for the worst defense. You know that you've walked away and that this person says, well, if I can't have you, then nobody will have you. If I can't have you, then you're going to get bottom of the barrel bullshit. They're sending people in. Yeah. Third parties. They're sending third parties in. This is a third party person sending more third party friends in to attack you using love. And you've gained a victory over this. So they're still trying. And you moved on. You're like, I'm out of here, hoe bag. Get out of here. They want forgiveness. Oh, see, you're moving on. You're moving on. You want a family. You want responsibilities. You want compromise, communication and compromise. You want the child's welfare to be your first priority for both of you. And you want to do this together in a good way. This little hoe bag wants your forgiveness. Oh, please don't leave. Please don't leave. They need you. They need you. Because they're a shadowy little reflection. They have no energy. They need your vitality. They need your destiny. But you're moving on without them. You decided enough was enough and F you. But you know what they're going to do? They're bringing in conflict. They're bringing in abuse. They're bringing in trickery and fraud. They're going to try to destroy you now. Because by you not allowing them to siphon off of you is destroying them. So now they want to destroy you. They have no capacity to manage themselves. They are weak. A weak-ass parasitic leech. You understand this very well. You understand this type of trickery now. You've been through it many times. Some curious little person is going to come in and say, oh, I got a love cup. I'm excited to give you my love cup. May I give you my love cup so that I can stick one of these swords in you, please? They're guilty, longing for you. You gain a victory over this. Public recognition. It's public recognition. This isn't no small thing. This is public. This is out in the open. Everybody can see that you have gained a victory over this third wheel enemy. You have left them behind, and now you're healing from that. You want somebody who's responsible with families. Not some little viperous, shadowy. I don't even know what to call him. There's all kinds of foul things that I can think of, but when you think of the reality of it, it is just like a parasite. Here, I'll give you my hole, and now you give me all your money. Here, I'll give you my wand. Now you allow me to be. Now I can abuse you and be mean to you any way I want to because I've gifted you my sex. Like it's a gift from God. Yeah, reciprocity has gained a victory. Responsibility has gained a victory. King of Wands has overcome this challenge. He's not making any mistakes. And everybody is in agreement, or there is nobody disagreeing with what's going on here. King of Wands has overcome this challenge. He's not making any mistakes, and everybody's in agreement with what he's doing regarding this conflict here. So let's see what's going on with this conflict and the outgoing energy. The truth is being revealed. And they're unsatisfied. Those who are bringing conflict, abusive relationships, those who are trying to steal from you, they're unsatisfied. They're liars. And that's the truth. And you get your new chapter. Away from these liars. They're feeling your absence. They were unworthy of your presence. And this is an unexpected outcome. You're entering a soul contract where the love will always be there, even if there's distance. You are inseparable. These third wheel enemies want to escape. It's like there's a story that says that all the evil people believe, but I don't believe that. See, I think that's what the lower vibrational folk say, that all the evil people believe, But that's just those who are fighting against them. That's if they win, right? If they win, then all the evil people believe. And if they lose, all the people believe. It's the storyline, right? So their plan is to fight with the earth angels, if I may be one, I hope. And then to overpower them, overcome them, and then to move on, to take this journey, to move on into the kingdoms, right? The utopia. These third wheel prideful enemies didn't understand the depths of your desire for divine, responsible, reciprocal union. They didn't understand how deeply embedded within you this is. They thought they could just plant something on you and make it appear as though you're a karmic little hole bag like them. They had no idea how deeply embedded within your spiritual genetics I'm not talking about the flesh, this man-made crap. I'm talking about your spiritual genetics, your lineage, how deeply embedded responsibility and reciprocity is within you. You're a higher vibrational being here for a human experience, and these ones decided to make you look like you were this. You're so far beyond this. You're so far beyond this. From where your essence comes from, beyond the stars, beyond the sun, the lineage that you hold within your spirit is so far beyond this. They want you to believe you're this. You're limitless. They are limited, and they want to swap places with you. So they run negative thought forms through your mind. They like it when you tell yourself how worthless you are, how ugly you are, how pitiful you are, how you can't do this and you can't do that. That's all their talk. On loop, record, running through the field of collective awareness so that they can try to make divine beings feel less than. It's a very outrageous strategy. And it's unfortunate, but it's like everybody's involved, the military and everybody. I haven't been hit with a DEW for since last year. Last year they hit me with the DEWs a lot. I would lay in bed and my whole body would just be because they'd hit me with the DEW and I couldn't. I mean, I would literally. It was just like that. And it would come in and it would, and then it would rest, and then it would rest, and it would do that. And then they'd be like saying, oh, she's so, they would be so impressed because they'd dial it up, they'd turn it up, and hit me with even a greater and greater DW, electric impulses. Military. Coupled with religious witchery. This is my perception, my testimony, my experience. You don't have to agree with it. It could be different for you. Maybe it's different for you. This is my experience and my understanding as I know it. They love to do this shit and then blame the kitchen witch. Or, the witches, the actual divine mothers who work with the elements and all that is sacred to bring healing and nurturing to this world. Yes, they like to do all these horrible things and then blame it on the decent, good healers in this world. While they're wearing masks, doing things in the shadows, stealing people's energy, dressing up in the energy, and then doing atrocious deeds, and then blaming it on the person. This is their scam. This is what they've been doing. In the other realms, in the 3D you can't see it, but in the other realms you got many doppelgangers, or there used to be. Anyway, there used to be. I think that's getting cleared out now. But there used to be many doppelgangers for a person. Everybody in competition for your life path. These prideful, egoic people. Third wheel enemies. See, you're about growth and expansion, and they're not. They're about fighting and spending money and, just being a weak-ass floozy. You are disciplined. You've got limitless potential. You've got excitement and freedom here. And this egoic person here is in regret, feels that you have unfinished business because you are releasing the pain of that connection and you're transitioning, you're moving on. They're chasing after you. They're going to come after you. This third world enemy is going to come after you. You know that they're going to attack you because you have cut them off and they are desperate now. They want your forgiveness. They don't want your forgiveness. They want your permission to continue to abuse them, to abuse you. That's forgiveness to them is permission to continue to abuse. When you forgive them, that means, okay, I can continue doing what I'm doing now. So you're gearing up for the worst defense coming at you from this third-party enemy. Whoever else she's boning or sleeping with could be helping her. They're not going to be able to cause you a death. They're going to fail. I have so many foul words in my mind right now for this little wench. Worthless little wench. So you've got a victory here. Victory. Open to seeing both sides of a situation. Relationship, love, partnership, communication and compromise. The ability to recognize the feelings and the emotions of the other person and to be able to responsibly bring that into unity, a wholeness, which is responsible in love, right? So that this child smiles. Look at mommy and daddy kissing. They love each other. Again, they want forgiveness. It's not forgiveness that they want. They want permission to continue vampiring off of you. You're moving forward. This relationship is ending and you're moving into your destiny. And you can trust that. You can trust your new destiny. You're not going to be lonely anymore. You have an understanding of this story. You know what these abusers have been doing. You know that this person has been working with other third wheel enemies to literally try to take you out. And you don't think it's funny. They're going to come in and offer new love. They're guilty. They're daydreaming, longing for you. Because they're not an abundant being. They have no abundance. They have no ability to manifest. They have no ability to earn their own way or take care of their own self. They're weak. And you're coming into a victorious union of equal reciprocity. You're not going to be drained by some little hoe bag. You're going to be having somebody that's going to come in and apply effort and increase you. You will be increased. They need to surrender their need to control your future. King of Wands, you overcome these challenges, you make no mistakes, and people are in agreement with whatever it is you're doing. They understand how you feel, and you understand how other people feel. You're very in tune with this. You're happy. There is happiness here. And those who are bringing you conflict in the outcome, in the outgoing energy, those who are bringing you conflict are very unsatisfied with the way things are going. They don't know what to do. You have expanded in consciousness and awareness. You have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You release all the beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth, meaning you're going to release the belief that these egoic, prideful people can actually change. You're going to honor the vessel that enshrines your soul, and these people who caused you a need to persevere are under judgment. collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. A mature man working here with this other person here. Third wheel enemies. All up in your space. You've got limitless potential here. You are disciplined and you've got limitless potential and freedom, and you're being stalked by a mature man and his hoe bag. His prostitute. His prostitute. So that mature man and his prostitute are in regret because they feel like there's unfinished business here. You left them. You left her behind. You're like, I don't want this prostitute. Dressing up in somebody else's energy, pretending to be somebody they're not. They want your forgiveness. But you see both sides of this situation. You know what they're doing. You see them. They think, they used to be hidden. They used to be able to hide what they were doing. But you see it now. You're gearing up for the worst defense coming from this third-party enemies. These third-party enemies, they're not able to cause you a death or an ending. Lovers, you're releasing this third wheel enemy and all of these garbage whores, and you're moving into a real relationship. I'm sorry. A real union, partnership. This is what they call relationship. Yeah, an immature woman. An immature third party coming at you with her mature man trying to cause you a death. Okay, so that's what they're doing here. Because you gained a victory, because responsibilities, because true love and family units have gained a victory. So again, they're coming in, forgive me. But forgiveness for them is just permission to continue hurting you. Forgiveness for these ones is permission to continue hurting you. They could be having negative thoughts. They might not be able to tap into your thoughts. You're not thinking about them. They want forgiveness, but you're not thinking about them. You're moving on. The relationship is ending. You're entering your destiny, and you're not going to be alone anymore. And you won't be lonely. These reflections can go trawl up and do whatever they do with each other. All they want, you don't care. Go freaking over there. Take your third wheel enemy selves way over there. Nobody wants you or needs you here. There won't be any marriage to a third wheel enemy. To a mere reflection, to a low vibrational shadow dweller. Doing shitty ass things in the environment here with their third party slut bag to try to bring you a death. Sorry for my language. I can't help it sometimes. It just comes out, and I'm fed up with these little bitches. working against you strategically with trickery. You have an understanding of this and you don't think it's funny in the slightest. You know what they're doing. They're guilty. They're coming forward to offer a love cup because they're not a limitless being. They're a shadow dweller. They don't have any ability to create anything without you. They need you. They're in despair over your main male. So they're coming in here. Okay, so they're coming in here to offer you new love because they're in despair. They're guilty over hurting you. They're feeling the pain from the damage they have caused, and they're longing for you because they're not a limitless, abundant being. You are. And they're in despair because you've got new love coming with the main male. You've gained victory over this. Or maybe you could be the main male. They're in despair over this main male. They're not a limitless, abundant being, and they've mistreated everybody. They've mistreated everybody, and they expect to be able to continue dipping into the cup. So this main male has gained a victory over this third wheel enemy. Moving into reciprocity, they have to surrender their need to control his life, his future. They're in bad health. King of Wands has overcome this challenge, made no mistakes. He's happy. Everybody's in agreement with whatever he's got going on. And these enemies can't affect a change here. Those who are bringing conflict are unsatisfied. They don't know what to do. They're suffering indecision regarding this high honor person. This high honor innocent person. A high honor innocent person they were dragging through the mud, trying to cause a death for. Foul. A wealthy official person is getting a message of concern regarding this great fortune and the toil and labor that they did to try to get it. This thief is in the courthouse for what they have been trying to do to steal the pathway of this main female. A whole community of false people is facing poverty. I'm running out of patience. I keep praying about it. It's like, oh God, the closer we get to the finish line, the more edgier I feel. I'm like losing patience. It's like I'm trying to hold on to my patience, but I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and I've been patient and waiting and the strategy of the master is what it is, and my ability to maintain peace and balance and harmony within myself regarding my levels of patience, regarding this repulsive ridiculousness. Just know, forgiveness for the divine means release. Forgiveness for these prideful, egotistical vampires means permission to continue hurting you. You've gained your freedom. These people are being stopped. You're very disciplined. They're in regret. There's unfinished business, they say. They want forgiveness, but you're moving on into a relationship, into a love union that considers you important and valuable. You will heal and recover from this. These people who have been coming after you, they're not high value people. These people who you've been involved with are not high value people. They're third wheel, they're immature third party enemies trying to bring you death, trying to undo you. They don't deserve any of your consideration at all. None of it. Cut them off. Pride. Egotistical pride. They hate you. It's all about them. It's all about them and how they look. And they need what you have to make themselves look better, because they look like shit on their own. Because they are shit on their own. You're a blessing. You're taking your blessing and you've gained a victory and you're moving on. These ones want forgiveness. They can't tap into your thoughts. You're not lonely anymore. Death. Death to this reflection. Because they couldn't gain a contract with you. They were feeding on you. And because they couldn't get a contract with you and force you to allow them to feed on you, they're going to fade away. Because they don't have anything in them that is life. They're dead. There's nothing alive in them. There's nothing alive in them. They're dead. They're already dead. They're walking around, but there's no life in them. They're dead. And they wanted to switch places with you. They wanted you to walk around as though you were dead. They wanted to absorb your vitality, your essence. They wanted you to be the living dead. But you didn't give them a contract. You didn't marry them. So they didn't legally have a right to claim your energy. I really feel in this new cycle that the marriage contracts need to be revamped and reorganized to eliminate this potential from happening in the future. There needs to be something done with the blessing that belongs to the children and to these families so that these leeches, these vampires, will never have opportunity to get a hold of that. Even if they were to somehow get a contract with somebody who has a great blessing, there needs to be something done with that contract to ensure that this vampiric entity does not wind up with the inheritance should something happen to the being that brings the inheritance to the union. There needs to be something done to where if something happens to that person, they walk away empty-handed with no status, no money, no house, no nothing. They need to learn to honor that commitment that provides these things for them. They're confused because they're being separated. The work that they've been doing to commit fraud against you, they're confused because it's causing a separation. Like that work that they've been doing to draw you in is actually pulling you apart. And they're confused by it. They're in despair over this new love that this main male has, this King of Wands. They're guilty and they're daydreaming about being with this main male because they're not an abundant being. They have to latch on to somebody who is. This main male has gained a victory, entering into a union of reciprocity, equal give and take, blessings. And these egomaniacs have to surrender their need to control. They're in bad health. They're low vibrational energy. They didn't get a contract. They're fading away. They're just fading away. They don't have anybody to feed on, so they're fading away into their natural state. Nobody has to do anything to them except stop feeding them. Walk away. You don't have to hurt them. You don't have to do anything. Just remove yourself, and the rest will take care of itself, because that's the state that they are in. Main male coming into real estate with his divine partner and a mega project. They will be making things happening. They will be shaking and, what is that? Rocking and rolling, shaking and shifting things up, shaking and shifting things up. Oh yeah, yeah. So they overcame their challenges. They made no mistakes. They're very happy about it. Everybody is in agreement with what this King of Wands has done. These enemies were not able to make a change, and they're facing homelessness. They're being cast away. They're being cast away. Those who were bringing conflict to this King of Wands, they were trying to win at all costs, and they're unsatisfied. They don't know what to do regarding this high honor, innocent person. Their strategy was they were daydreaming about a strategy to make this main male ill, and they ran out of time. They were dreaming about a strategy to make this main male ill, and they ran out of time. Fate. They're bound to their commitments. And you're coming into union with unconditional love, with a sweetheart. You will have a child. You will be the mother and father of the new progeny in the world. This main male wants to be certain that he hooks up with somebody who isn't this low vibrational dead person. A low vibrational dead person. They don't want to mate and create a child with a dead person, because that's degradation. That's taking a beautiful vital force and pouring it into the dead, and then it becomes like half of what it was. It's dead. It's dead. It's like degraded. It's not even the equivalent of its source. It's like less than by far. And people need to stop mating with the walking dead, because these children there's something wrong. There's no empathy. There's no care. There's just hatred. And confusion regarding identity. There's this weird, sick desire to control others and to force them, to allow them to feed on them. They're dead. They're vampiric. And when a god or a goddess mates with the living dead, then they degenerate their bloodline. And that's what's been going on. And that's why we have this bad mental illness right now, this narcissistic Diablo spirit attachment mental illness. It's this bloodline. It's the degeneration. It's mating with the dead. The living dead who've walked into other bodies, the low vibrational entities in higher vibrational bodies that have been mating, and their spirit just isn't, it's dead. It's a dead spirit, and it's degrading the presence and the creation. That's why, you know, in the past, we had these buildings, these monuments, these huge structures that could be made and cast and lasered out of solid stone. And now they can barely get freaking right angles together. I mean, they are so far degraded from their magnificent creator abilities. It's not even funny. It's evident everywhere. They can't carve marble anymore. They can't do shit. They have degraded the bloodline to such an extent that they can no longer create with any kind of magnificence at all. And yet they consider themselves to be above everybody else because they have the knowledge and the learned traits of effing people over and screwing people over and harnessing and harvesting vital force. So they feel because they have the ability and the knowledge to harness vital force from the living, that makes them superior. But that doesn't change the fact that they are dead and they require a contract with a living in order to feel alive. And what they do is they drain the vital force out of the living and then switch places. They make the vital force like Whitney Houston was a supreme example. She was a bright, shining star, and look what she wound up as. They drained that woman of her vital force and put her into a hell realm. And said she chose it. That woman was under witchcraft. We got a reunion here. So there's a reunion here. You've gained your freedom. You've got limitless potential. And this egoic woman and this man, these third wheel enemies, they're being stopped from moving forward into your destiny. They're low vibrational, low quality people. There's nothing of value to them. They want forgiveness, but forgiveness to them is just permission to continue siphoning off of you. Release them. No forgiveness, release. Okay? Because forgiveness for you is release. Forgiveness for them is permission to continue being in your life and continuing to harm you. They're a widower. They consistently murder their wives or their husbands. Take it as it resonates. This is a professional widower. This is a professional widower of wives. A third party who was unable to bring death to this particular one. Priest. In need of consolation. Oh, I couldn't kill them. That means I'm still dead. Oh, yes, darling, you're still dead. And you're still full of pride and has no value in a responsible society. Waiting. They're waiting for forgiveness. They're not able to tap into the thoughts, or they're having dark thoughts. This relationship is over. You're leaving this baggage behind. You're moving into your destiny. You're not lonely anymore. You're not alone anymore. You may have been alone. You may have been struggling with this in the beginning, like nobody was there. It was just this person who was trying to unalive you to become a widower, to take your blessing, to throw you into the spiritual realms, to throw you into a lower vibrational life of suffering so that they can pull from your blessings from the spiritual realm and have a good life while you suffered, while you were walking around with low vitality, with no home, homeless on the street. These pleasure seekers wanted your gift. You understand this, and it's not funny. Not in the slightest. They're being separated. They're being cut off. And that card, yeah, they're being separated. They're being cut off. There's death here. F them. That's what they wanted for you. That was their natural state. And they wanted to contract with you and then drain your happiness, your vitality, everything. And they may have done this to you several times in your life with the intention of keeping you down. Keeping you down. But you kept getting the F back up. And they're in despair because they can't get up. See, you're alive, and they can try to put you in the grave over and over and over again. They can drain you of your vitality. They can shatter your heart. They can destroy your home life. They can make you homeless. But you're alive. So over time, you heal and you bounce back. These ones are dead. They can't bounce back. They have no living vitality to pull them forth from this. They need your life because they have none. They're literally zombies running around, feasting on the energy of those in their situations. They're literal zombies. Who gain friendships falsely in order to cause misfortunes for their friends. That's how they get their fortune. They cause misfortune for their friends. And now I know why so many people don't have friends. And now I know why I've chosen to stay away from people. Because this is the majority of people in the world right now are these bad seeds. These living dead. You gain a victory over this. You could be a young woman. There is a reciprocity. What you have put out into the world is what you have received. These ones need to surrender. They need to control you. They're in bad health. They're failing. They're fading away. Okay? Because they can't pull on your energy anymore. They can't feed on you. They can't absorb your life force anymore. So that was keeping them alive. So they're slowly fading away. They're dying. You know, these stars and actresses and stuff. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I've got cancer. Oh, I've got this. No. You're just unable to feed on the people anymore. And so you're withering away into your natural state of death. You're a fucking zombie pretending to be alive. Boy, I'm feisty today. We got some conversation happening here. King of Wands has overcome this challenge, made no mistakes. Happy. They weren't able to cause a change. Everybody's in agreement. These ones are being cast away. Priest. A priest bringing conflict, is unsatisfied and doesn't know what to do regarding these high honor individuals and this child. They're ill. Their strategy was to make them ill. They were daydreaming about this, but they ran out of time. They could be receiving telepathic messages regarding this fortune. The thief needs to go to the doctor for the services that they provided. They're all up in their thoughts about this. They're sick about it. This soldier is sick about this sweetheart getting together with her lover. They're trying to stand between them. See the soldier standing between the lover and her sweetheart? That's what they've been doing this whole time. These third wheel enemies, this soldier has been standing between the lover and their sweetheart this whole time. And now they're facing prison because they were doing it all for money. They were your enemy for money. And now they're in despair, in melancholy. They're actually dead. They look like they're alive, but they're not alive. There's no life in them. The only life that is in them is from the vital force that they're getting off of these tortured children, that they're draining from the adrenochrome, and that all these little bastards love to drink. The fluids, the adrenals of these tortured children and tortured people, because there's adults down there too. So they're drinking the fluids, the adrenal fluids of these tortured people, and that's how they look like they're alive, but they're not alive. They're not alive. If they don't have a contract, if they don't have a person that they can feed on, they fall into their natural state, which is death. They're dead. They're the living dead. Okay? Okay. So we're surrounded by the living dead. Now go have a nice day.